Hello everyone, and today we are going to present over the issue that we have chosen. Our issue is from diversity. Does a high percentage of women on board boost share prices? Our tutorial number is 14 in group 92. These are our group members. It's me, Hassan Abbas, and Wasif Rahman, Lukuhati Pereira, and Adnan Sadiq. Now let's start from the target audience and the relevance. Our audience today consists of investors who seek to understand how the makeup of a company's board can affect financial outcomes. Research from various regions such as Nigeria, France, India, Turkey, and others showed that board diversity can influence performance matrices and share prices. Understanding these dynamics is critical for making informed investment decisions, adjusting risk management strategies, and ensuring sound corporate governance. In essence, the insights we discuss today can help shareholder gauge long-term values. In introduction and problem statement, uh, there's an ongoing debate on whether increasing fee may representatives on board lead to better performance. Some highlight study highlights improvement in decision making governance, while other note mixed or neutral results. Our key question is, does increasing female representation on board lead to improved share prices? And what are the impacts for the shareholders? For shareholders, the stakes are high. Enhanced board diversity can signal better governance, stronger oversight, and ultimately higher returns and improved market. Studies from France, India, Turkey suggest the relations that is vital for long-term value creation. For this research, the objectives and research questions are our objective today are threefold. First, we synthesize findings from literature on both gender diversity, and the second one is identify the mechanisms such as improved decision making and enhanced corporate social practices that may affect the share price performance. The third one is we outline practical implications for shareholders and corporate governance strategies. In this, our research questions are how does board gender diversity relate to the key performance, and what underlying mechanism like diversity to share price movement, and how do contextual factors, region-wise, industry-wise, and regulation influence these outcomes. If we see the methodology that we have chosen is thematic analysis approach. Our analysis is based on through review and synthesis of almost 25 academic articles from our provided sources. Um and these articles provide from diverse contexts including Nigeria, Turkey, India, France, Palestine, and and more more countries. Uh, we identify the key themes: financial performance impact, mediating mechanism, contextual variation, and challenging such as tokenism. And the outcomes are the this approach allow us to build a cohesive narrative that link empirical evidence with theoretical perspectives, directly relevant to enhancing shareholder values. Now, I'm handing over to the Wasif for the next topic.
Thank you so much, Hassan. Myself, Wasif Rahman. Now, today I'm going to discuss about the theoretical foundations. In theoretical foundations, we have the two theories, agency theory and resource dependency theory. First of all, we're going to discuss about agency theory. Agency theory suggests that the diverse board improve oversight and curb managerial optimism. For example, studies on the Nigerian banks and Islamic banks demonstrate that the greater female representation strengthens board monitoring and reduces agencies' conflicts. The next one is resource dependency theory. This theory persists gender's diverse board expands access to network and conflict resources, leading to better strategic decision makings. Evidences from Turkey and Taiwan supports this view. Now I'm going to discuss about the feminist ethics, social cognitive perspectives, and implications for shareholders. First of all, feminist ethics and social cognitive perspectives. These perspectives emphasize that the woman's leadership characterized by collaboration, ethical sensitivity, and social responsibility, enhance board effectiveness and corporate reputation. Research from the India and Palestine underlines that the genuine inclusion, not just court compliance, is key. Now we're going to discuss about implications for shareholders. Together, this theory indicates that uh, together these theories indicates that a well-integrated, diverse board send a strong positive signal to the market, potentially reducing risk and boosting long-term share prices. Now I'm going to discuss about the theme one. Theme one is impact on financial performance. We have two options, two theories here is positive correlations and the next one is mixed in evidence. First of all, we're going to discuss about positive correlation. Empirical evidence from the Nigeria shows that increased board gender diversity significantly improve ROA through its impact on ROE can be variable. In France, when board diversity is meditated by effective corporate social practices, it often translates into superior financial performance uh, and share prices improvement. Similarly, in India, both workforce and board diversity have been linked with enhanced firm performance, particularly at high performance levels. Now we're going to discuss about mixed evidence. However, studies from Turkey and Palestine suggest that the benefits vary by region and market contributions. Factors like tokenism and regulatory differences can moderate outcomes. Now we're going to discuss about shareholder implications. Uh, Shareholder implications. This means that while many studies show clear benefits, shareholder must consider local industry specific factors when evaluating how the broad diversity may impact the prices over the long term. Now, my fellow colleague Lokita gonna continue from the next one.
Hi everyone, I'm Imasha Pereira. So I'm going to speak about the mechanism and mediators. First of all, I would like to describe about the enhanced decision making and board monitoring. Diverse boards offer a range of perspectives, which strengthens board deliberations and enhances monitoring, leading to more disciplined decision making. Then I'm going to talk about the corporate social practices. Higher female representation often correlates with improved CSR practices and reduced corporate social irresponsibility. This mediation pathway, documented in studies from France and emerging markets, indirectly enhances firm performance by building stakeholder trust. In the next slide, I'm going to talk about the shareholder perspective. These indirect benefits, including better governance and ethical practices, boost investor confidence and contribute to long-term share price stability. On the next slide is theme 3, contextual and regional variations. In those slide, I would like to talk about the regional differences. In emerging markets like Nigeria, both gender diversity tends to have a robust positive impact under unique economic and regulatory conditions. Conversely, in developed markets such as France and Taiwan, the effects of mandated diversity policies are more nuanced and context sensitive. Next, I'm going to talk about the contextual influences. So, in India, research indicates that both workplace and board diversity improve performance. However, these effects are moderated by cultural norms, business group applications, and local regulations. Border factors like economic conditions and regulatory pressures further shape the diversity performance link. I'm going to talk about the relevance for investors. Investors should tailor their strategies by accounting for how local cultural, regulatory, and economic contexts affect board diversity dynamics and overall firm performances. In the next slide, the theme 4. It describes barriers, challenges, and mixed evidence. Challenges identified. Tokenism is recurring issue. Some studies suggest that meeting minimum diversity quotas can result in superficial representation rather than meaningful inclusion. Superficial diversity, where compliance is prioritized over genuine integration, may fail to improve decision making. Imperial findings are conflicting. While some research find positive impacts of board diversity, others report neutral or negative effects due to contextual factors. Now I'm going to talk about in the next slide is what stakeholders should note. The benefits of diversity are realized only when female directors are genuinely integrated into board processes and supported by strong governance policies. Evaluating both the quantity and quality of diversity initiatives is crucial for assisting long-term value creation. Now I'm going to hand over the continue to other slides to my colleague Adnan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lokohiti. Now we'll talk about the managerial and investment implications for corporate management. Management should develop strategies that move beyond tokenism, ensuring that diverse perspectives are actively integrated into board deliberations. Implement robust training, mentorship, and structural reform so that female directors can effectively contribute to decision making. Align diversity initiatives with broader corporate governance and strategic objectives to enhance operational excellence and
ethical practices. So, if we talk about the recommendations for shareholders, enhanced board diversity signals stronger governance and more effective risk management, which can drive share price improvements over the long term. Board composition should be a key consideration in a long-term investment decisions as meaningful diversity correlates with sustained firm value and improved market reputation. Furthermore, continuous monitoring of both board matrices and the effectiveness of diversity integration is essential for mitigating risk and ensuring long-term returns. Furthermore, if I talk about the conclusions, the relationship between board gender diversity and share price performance, which is a complex and unearned. Our review shows both direct financial impacts, such as improvements in return on assets and return on equity, and indirect benefits through enhanced governance and better CSR and CSI practices. Furthermore, empirical evidence from diverse regions highlights that the effectiveness of diversity initiatives is moderated by local cultural, regulatory, and economic conditions. Moreover, shareholders should advocate for meaningful diversity practices that go beyond token quotes and ensure active participations of female directors in board processes. Ongoing monitoring of board composition and the quality of diversity integration, which is essential to assess long-term value creation and to manage risks effectively. So, if I talk about more in the conclusions, so this presentation is also explore the impact of board gender range on share rate performance and lengthy term shareholder fee. Research from diverse nations shows that more women illustration on board can decorate monetary outcomes, governance fine, and company social obligation. However, the benefits rely on context inclusive of cultural, regulatory, and monetary factors. The finding emphasized that actual inclusion in place of tokenism, which is a prime to reaching high quality results for shareholders. Board diversity is an essential element in assessing company cost, handling hazard, and supporting sustainable boom. So these are the references for our presentation. So I would like to say thank you everyone for participating or contributing in the presentation. Thank you everyone.